Fancy everyone, my name is Spotted Horse. My English name is Dale Robin Sanderson of James Smith Cree Nation.
My name is Lawrence McIntyre. I'm from the English River First Nation, Patronac, Saskatchewan.
My name's Nevin McIntyre. I'm 29 years old and I currently live in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I live with addiction every day.
I was going into grade 9. It used to be commercial fishing back in the day. And I went to Isla La Crosse with my dad and my brother came back with 4 jugs of wine, 4 gallons, I guess, in terms started. And that was the first time ever, August of 1970. I got drunk.
Found a 6-pack, so we drank that, Labatt Light. There was my uncle's. And we got kind of tipsy. But that was my first taste.
I played sports when I was younger with the high elite hockey teams and football teams. And a lot of that was party life. And, I don't know, just with every sport, there's a party to go to. Especially footballs, because there'd be parties on the weekends, and then everyone would go. And then you'd be underage, but you'd somehow get your booze.
Started university in 1975. Was still drinking. And I never really did finish my university. I was going to physical education. I knew I had a problem, I guess, in terms of drinking. Back in sociology 101 class, I did a paper on alcoholism. And all of that stuff that I wrote and I did research on was saying that I could be an alcoholic. But I never turned that paper in because I was afraid if I turned in that paper, that assignment, the professor would know that I was an alcoholic, or might think I was an alcoholic.
I realized it at a really young age, at around 20. I had just graduated high school. And then after that, I went to school in the fall to be a welder. And I realized to be in school, to be a welder, I don't know, there's partying with that too. So it's everywhere, wherever you go. I don't know, I was living in the past, I guess. I wanted to be this all-star, but couldn't be. And I just couldn't see myself going back to it. I don't know, and I just continued drinking and doing more drugs.
Just woke up, feeling still a little half cut. Still had 2 beer left, 2 big cans. Woke up, got upstairs, went upstairs. Next thing you know, I was getting kicked out for no reason. So I got kicked out and I was sitting on the porch. Still having my beer, my two cans. Finished off one. Started feeling down. I had nowhere to go, no money. All I had left was 1 can. 1 call can. So I opened it up, started sipping, and I thought to myself, there's gotta be something better than this. There's gotta be a better life than this. Has to be a better life than this.
In the 70s, 80s, I started getting impaired driving charges. And that's also took a toll on me making money and so on and so forth. My fourth charge was on impaired driving. I ended up in jail for that, serving some time. I didn't like that. I didn't like the way I was. I had a small family as well. I had a 1.5-year-old and a 3-year-old. I needed to do something about my drinking. I went to a treatment center in Lloydminster for about 2 weeks.
I was 26 years old. A long life of partying and not having responsibilities of things that I did. I just made a choice not to live that way no more. And I decided to go to treatment in La Loche. They had a sweat there. And they had traditional medicines like sweetgrass and sage. And because I was never really shown it when I was younger. Wasn't shown that kind of lifestyle of tradition and stuff like that. So that's kind of what drew me to it, was that in there.
I mean, recovering is not easy. If it was easy, I'd be out of a job. And that was my goal. I think when I got into this business, is, my thoughts are, I'll work myself out of a job, right? And I'd be happy with that. But you're in this business for a while, you realize that that's an unrealistic goal, right?
I was there for 4 weeks. A very tough program. Very, very tough. It got deep into my soul, showed my group who I was. And I took a risk for myself, for the people around me, in my group. I took a risk of trusting them, and I showed them who I was. The more I shared about myself, I don't know, a piece of light, a light feeling came inside. And I couldn't believe it, I felt lighter, happier, more joyful, and relaxed. More relaxed. I started loving that feeling. I started liking that feeling, and then I started loving it.
Basically, when I went to these meetings, Alcohol Anonymous meetings, I found out there was a lot of people that were in the same boat as I was, that had similar stories but different paths, a healing journey that they call. And basically, I needed to look at myself and look at the program through the 12 steps of the program.
To overcome it, we have to have good elders to talk to these young people so they can do the best that they can. Like going to school, that was my other main thing to do with them, to go to school, to finish their school, to have their education and carry on from there.
I have 2 kids, an 8-year-old and a 1-year-old, Joseph and Lincoln. A wife, Jamie. She's been incredible. She's been with me through the whole time. But I haven't drank in, almost 3.5 years. But living a good life, I got a house, food in the fridge, clothes on my kids' back, roof over our head. No, I wouldn't have had all this though if I was still drinking. I can tell you that.
Family. My wife is sober too. We have a stable house. Our kids are happy. I know they're happy. There's no alcohol involved at all. You don't have the effects of the alcohol ripple effect. That's when all bad things happen with alcohol.
Forgiveness. I was able to forgive people. I was able to recognize what took place in a residential school environment as well too. And I volunteered for a lot of stuff in terms of whatever it is, gospel jamboree, whether it's Treaty Day events, community events. So I got involved So if I was still drinking, I would say I wouldn't be able to participate in those things. But because of my sobriety life, I had an opportunity and I had the chance to get involved. And I love that.
I'm just happy to be sober. One day at a time. That's all I can say. One day at a time.